Scrappy friends. I have a new layout for you today. And this one I actually made a while ago, but just haven't had the chance to edit it. I did this right before the National Scrapbook Day weekend. So, yeah. So bear with me while I have old layouts to share with you. But anyway, so this layout is one that I made using the Ali Edwards story kit that is from April, that is from the Wild collection, or it's about Wild. That's what the story kit is. So if you don't know, Ali Edwards has story kits that help inspire you to tell the stories of your life. So she has, each month has a different story type of prompt, and she gives ideas and some stuff to just help you figure out a better way to tell the stories. And I really enjoy the concept of this because this year, as I've scrapped more, I've become a lot more aware of wanting to be prolific and wanting to just really get down stories. And not that I don't want to play with fun product or have pretty layouts or just take a picture that I really love that has no meaning and scrapbook it. Not that I don't want to do that. I just really want to try to make better use of my album space and tell stories. So I want to make sure that when I die, my kids can look through, or my grandchildren can look through my album and really see this storyline go through. They can see the stories of our life. And I know before I started scrapbooking, I did a lot of ancestry type stuff. I still do a little bit, but now that I scrapbook, that takes up a lot of my time. But the reason why I love ancestry type of research is that as you're reading through records, you see different types of stories. And maybe you don't get the words that you get with a scrapbook page, but you start seeing stories evolve from the records. And I really love this idea that I'm leaving this legacy for my family of actually being able to have real stories and not just look at a record and go, oh yeah, this is what the facts are. They can read what the facts are from someone in the family. I mean, and I used to love the thought of maybe finding diaries, old diaries, and hearing what the words and the stories were in someone's life. And in a way, that's what scrapbooking is to me. So I really love how these story kits can prompt stories. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm telling a story about how my girls are just wild. So a while ago, I went on a photo walk. I went on a few, but one of the photo walks that we did, we ended up at the park, which is not uncommon. And because, you know, my kids can only take so much of mommy taking photos, which is fine. So, you know, I mean, they're young, so they get kind of bored with mommy taking photos of just random stuff. So we went to the park, and I really love going to the park because my kids have so much fun, and then it's another way for me to get photos of my kids just having fun, just being them, being crazy and getting their energy out. And usually the images that, or the pictures that I get of them while they're playing is so much better than what I get when I'm just posing them, or I'm taking even pictures around the house. So this one picture, or these two pictures, are ones that I took of my girls while they were playing on this one spinny thing. And they love this thing. It goes really fast, and they take turns, and they twirl it, and they swing, and oh my gosh. So one of the things that I did while they were taking these is I put the shutter speed really, really fast because they're moving really fast. So I love that I can use my really cool DSLR and put it on manual. And even though I'm not the greatest manual user yet, it can be really frustrating. I can really change things like the shutter speed and get a really awesome photo if I try really hard. So I say try really hard. I play around with it basically. So I love these photos that I got. I love the way that you can see my girl smiling, and like I said, because I was able to bump up the shutter speed, I could get a really great photo of my kids playing around, and I love that I could use this with this kit. So as you can see, I'm playing around, and I'm just playing with where I want to use things. I'm going to use some of the pieces from the kit, the story kit, and then I'm going to use some other stuff from my stash. And I'm just kind of playing around with colors because I want to keep it simple, because I am just telling, I mean, it's not like an amazing story, you know, it's not one that is life-changing, but this is something that my girls love to play at the park. Well, all my kids love to play at the park. And when they get older, I'm not going to have the experience of seeing my kids just play. You know, as they get older, they're going to be playing on their own, and you kind of miss out those opportunities. And I'm really thankful that I can document and take photos of my kids just having fun now, because the way that kids have fun is so much different than the way that, you know, older kids have fun, or adults have fun too, right? So I just really love that I could document this. And like I said, I just, you know, I'm using bits and pieces from her kit, I'm using stuff from my stash, and I'm just kind of trying to layer it in a fun way, and I'm trying to keep it really simple, which is a theme that I've been doing, and I've really been liking, you know, keeping it pretty simple, but keeping it fun. And you know, I did lots of layering, and I really like how this turned out. So I'm just kind of looking around, and as you can tell, this layout really is not about the product, and I didn't use a sketch or anything. I just, you know, winged it. And I did get some of these were when I first got the Paige Evans fancy free stuff, and I was just able to get the puffy stickers, or these layered stickers, and they're so much fun, so I had to try to use one. And I thought I was going to use that tab, and it just didn't work. It wasn't working for what I wanted. So eventually I'm going to end up using that smile, and it works perfectly up at the top, and it's just layered, and I really like it. So in a minute, I'm gonna bring that back, and I just like the kind of the way that I've layered it a little bit, and it's just nice and fun. I just had a ton of fun making this layout, guys. I'm gonna say that like 50 million times. And I just kind of play with it, and I mean, I find that this is just it's just part of my process. I play with things, I move it around. I move a lot of things around. I love those hearts from 7 paper. They're like my favorite. I only have a few left. And then I use some of this. And I love how these story kits, I can just take stuff from my stash and use it and get my stash used up, and not necessarily need to use a whole bunch of new stuff. I really like how I can just add a few things from the story kit and get the stories told in different perspectives. I mean, I think I have like 5 or 6 different types of layouts that I want to do that are wild themed, you know, and I'm saving some of the stuff because I know we're moving, and I really want to use some while I move, because I think that it'll work. And I really like how that heart layered next to the now, let the wild rumpus start. And really that card just really, the reason why I picked it was because of that phrase, and I just thought it went really well with my girls flinging around and their hair going in the air, and so, okay, so here I'm doing the title, and I'm trying to be fun, and the title is going to be Wind Through Your Hair, and I use different fonts. I love this gold Dear Lizzie thicker. It's an older one that I've had in my stash for a little while, and I love it to pieces. And I'm almost to the end of what I could probably make as far as words. I need to go through and see if I have any particular words that I could probably make, but that would be boring, wouldn't it? To do that ahead of time. But I really like how I, mixed it up so you have some of the same font. So I did wind and hair the same in that black Bella Boulevard. It just stands out. But it really helps tell the wild part of the story. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I'll make sure in my my info bar that I link to Allie's store, her website, so that you could check out her story kits because they're really fun. And like I said, if you're really more interested in documenting stories, it's a really fun way to have something to help prompt you. And I hope you guys have a great week. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.